Hi guys, I'm Carolee with @Hairstyles on Instagram. I am a Zambia ambassador. I have been for 3 years now, and I'm here to teach you some tips and tricks about sleek styling, how I utilize the tools for that in my toolkit at weddings every weekend. I come in with our paddle brush, kind of blow that. We're gonna blow with our blow dryer. This is the Zambia dryer. It's really lightweight. It's great on it's just compact. It's really good for styling. So we're gonna dry that in, the product into this style. It's on low. Really making sure that that product is getting emulsified into the style so that it will just create the perfect foundation for whatever our style might be. So if we're doing an updo, down style, we really want to lock in those products, and I'll show you more products towards the end, what I use. So then we're just going to continue going section by section. Again, I'm going to do the same thing where I spray my medium hold thermal iron spray. This is just going to help us while we work, keep everything in one spot, but also just keeping that sleek. And then that's going to help keep that frizz away for the rest of the night. We're going to use this thermal spray to spray down again. Then we're going to use our paddle brush. Use our blow dryer. On low heat. Okay, again, you can see how that's maintaining everything that we've already done. It's not getting too crazy here. We're just blow drying that product in. Again, it's gonna just help really lock this style in. I think the goal too, when you're creating a sleeker style, is you want it shiny, you want it to just look really pretty. You don't want it to look too flat. So I always keep that in mind while I'm doing these styles, just because I want them to be shiny and pretty and hold all of that product in and not get bunched up. And you know how our hair can be sometimes, especially if you have a beach wedding. Oh, humidity could be awful. So we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing. I would recommend though, if you are having a beach wedding, to maybe stick with something that can be flowing with the wind. So we're gonna go ahead and just lock that in. Something else I really like to do, if I have someone sit down and they have curly hair, or it tends to be curly, let's say they have a really tight curl, I'm gonna go ahead and blow out their hair using my round brush and my blow dryer, just kind of getting that out. And then I'm also going to come in, because it's really time sensitive when you're doing bridal hair. So if you only have 30 to 45 minutes for a style, you're gonna really have to work fast and think of how you can work faster. So what I like to do in those situations is use my oil, come in with some type of anti-frizz cream, like a smoothing cream. So one of my favorite ones, this is a styling paste by Air, and I like to just kind of put that on my fingers a little bit. Then we're gonna run this through. And then I'm gonna take my Pro Zambia dryer. This is a 3-in-1 dryer. I love it. It acts almost as a blow dryer as well. So I can come in if hair's wet and I can use this. It's like amazing. And then it also just has the hot setting, so I can just use it without the blow dryer part, without the fan. So let me show you how sleek. So this is amazing for those styles that are curly hair. You have curly hair texture and you need to work really fast, and you're doing an updo that's maybe on the sleeker side, or you just want to pre-straighten them before you curl them. This is what I would do, and just really get in at the roots and bring that hair back. I always like to just work with the direction of the hair. So if the hair is coming forward, I like to work with it going forward. And if it's going back, I like to work with it going back. And you can see how I'm going to take this front part. We're just going to work with this going front. This part is going to really help with any of that hairline that might tend to curl up or get frizzy throughout the day. I just love how I love this. This is a staple in my toolkit for sure. Especially for that mom that sits down that has she kind of already has it blown out a little bit, but there's still that frizz, that coarse texture. That is chef's kiss. That's the best. So we're going to come in here and just finish up this top section. And I like these dry clips because they don't leave any marks in the hair. I know sometimes when you're working with straighter hair, you want to make sure, especially with a sleek style, you want to make sure that you're not going to get the divots in the hair from the clips, and these clips do not leave any marks in the hair, so it's amazing. Okay, so we have her all pre-straightened. Now she's ready to be styled. I want to show you this really trendy look. I'm going to pull the bangs back and we're going to tighten those up, and then I'm just going to flip out her ends using my SLEEKR iron. I love this look. It's very classic, very pretty. Okay, using my dry sectioning clips from Sanvia. I love these clips. They have a great hold and a great grip. You're gonna just section off into 3 sections. You're going to bring all the hair forward from the ears forward. Then you're gonna take everything in the back, and we're just gonna focus on straightening this section with our SLEEKR iron. There's 2 different ways to do this, so I'm going to show you with fine medium hair what I would do versus curly hair. So for fine medium hair, I'm going to section this up. We're going to come in with our SLEEKR iron, and then you're just going to come down obviously and just kind of use your SLEEKR iron and go straight down. I really love my Sanvia SLEEKR iron because there's 3 different settings for your hair. There's color treated, there's low, and there's high. So if you have more coarse hair, you're going to want to use that higher setting, but definitely if you have color treated hair, you're going to want to use the color treated setting. And I like to keep it on low for my mannequins because their hair is a little more porous. So we're gonna just continue this all the way up, and then I'll show you how I do the front. So I come in with a thermal spray. This is a medium hold. Again, if this is wintertime months and we're getting a lot of static, which I'm not right now, but if we are, you're gonna want to just use less of your hands. That's going to, the dryness from your hands, when you touch the hair, it's gonna get a lot of friction. So you can do different things for this. Actually, one of the things that I do love to do is use a static guard. That's in the laundry detergent section at Walmart, or use a fabric softener sheet. That's really great too to reduce static. But we're really here just to talk about frizz today. I do think those are 2 questions that come up as far as static goes, so I wanted to address that today too, because I do feel like a lot of people wonder how to get rid of static. So as we're coming in, we're just going section by section using that SLEEKR iron. We really want to focus on getting this nice and clean. After we have her all all straightened out and she is looking sleeker, we're gonna come in here and just look at her sectioning here, and I'm just gonna do a middle part. Then I'm going to take her bangs back. This is something that I get requested quite often actually. We do end up curling the hair generally with it, but I wanted to show you guys just a different version of this look today. So we're going to take all of this, section that out. We're going to go to the top of the middle of the ear, so you can see how that looks. So ears forward. I'm going to bring all this hair that's back here in the middle. We're going to just clip this up, and then we're going to bring all that hair that's in the front back and underneath. I am going to use a Kenra product here. This is the texturizing taffy. It says texturizing, but really it's nice because it's for sculpting, so I can take some of these front pieces, just kind of flatten them out. toothpaste. I'll show you. And that's just going to keep that shine locked in and all of that hard work that we did for prepping her sleeker style. So now when I pull that back, we'll just kind of comb that and you can see how the light hits that and it's just really nice and shiny. Same thing on the other side. Again, we're just kind of coming in here. I'm just using this to get any flyaways, really help with that frizz around the hairline. I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna use my paddle brush. This section's big. We're just gonna pull back here and work with what her hair is doing. And then we're going to do that again on this side. Now, what I want you to do is drop just a little bit of hair here at the nape. So like to the middle. And then we're gonna bring that hair in. And tie it up underneath so that it's hidden. And then we're just gonna tie with an elastic right in the middle section here. And voila. So now we're going to take this hair down. So you can see how that just leaves this really nice, clean look. And then if you want to, you can get creative with it here because she's already been smooth and straightened out. You can come in here if she wants to have more volume. And you can just add some back combing right here. At the crown. I just like to back comb at that root just to give her that little bit of volume. And then once you get that all situated where you want it, I'm gonna come in here and we're just gonna flip these ends up for just a really pretty soft look. I'm gonna be doing that with my SLEEKR iron, so we're just gonna come in at the bottom. And we're just gonna kind of work with those ends and just bring them. I'm just kind of curving that straightener up. And we're just gonna curve this side up as well. Now, if you want more of an impact here and you want to have more of a curl, you could come in here with a larger iron and you could barrel curl this up, or you could use your blow dryer and do this with a round brush. I tend to like using my flat iron or my SLEEKR iron. I think that it just kind of gives it overall a very like cohesive look. Just kind of have it like that. I love how that kind of flows. It's really soft, really pretty, and very sleek. Same thing with this side. Just gonna come over here and curl this up. This is a very modern look, so you could incorporate different things here. If you want to put some bobby pins with some pearls or anything, you could do that on the sides. I've seen that be done. It's very beautiful. And then I'm going to show you how I would do this if it was a SLEEKR up style. But also, right after you have your whole style done, what I would suggest doing is coming in with an anti-static and frizz control spray. So we're gonna go ahead and just spray everything about 8 to 10 inches apart. This is really gonna help lock in everything we just did to help create the shininess, the frizz-free styling, especially hit those ends and anything in the front. What do you think? Oh, I think she turned out so pretty. I love this sleek style. I'm going to take her sectioning here in the middle. So in the center, we're gonna just bring our hands down, and then I'm just going to lightly twist that hair over top of the elastic that I've put in, and then we're just going to pin that in place. Then I'm going to do the same thing the opposite side. I'm just pulling from the left here and I'm crossing over the center, and we're just gonna pinch and pull. I'm gonna take my bobby pin and just stick that right into that elastic that's in the center here. And then we're just going to pinch and pull. Same thing with this side. On the right, I'm bringing this hair over, crossing that into the center, and just pinching and pulling. I'm gonna come over and do the same thing on this side. So we're gathering from the left here. I'm using my fingers and just kind of twisting this over and under. And I'm just gonna pin this in. Try not to open your pins too much. You don't want it to lose the grip here. I'm gonna come over here and we're just going to create 2 little ponytails. Something else I like to do when I'm creating a sleeker up style is just take that texturizing taffy from Kenra, or just kind of work that into the ponytail that I created. I'm gonna create a ponytail, a second ponytail under here. That's really going to help maintain with the sleeker styling here. Then I'm going to brush that through, just really making sure that this is a clean section. We want to make sure all of our sections are clean when you're trying to do a sleeker style. So I'm just going to go ahead and clip this up for a second. Then we're going to come in and we're going to brush that product in throughout the bottom section here. And we're going to lift this up and create a ponytail. Now I'm going to make this into a twist. So we're going to bring this over to the right. I'm going to secure that with a pin inside just to keep everything cohesive. Bring that up and just pin it right there. This is really just to maintain that sleek look. Then I'm just going to come down here, balance this out. Once you have that all secured, you're able to kind of play around with this piece here. I'm just gonna balance all of this out and make it a really pretty, sleek, low bun. So we'll bring this over, and I'm just gonna pull, pinch and pull. And just really focus on balancing out what I've put in. Now, you can decide what you want to do with these guys. You can either tuck them under. If the hair's still longer here and you're working with a longer ponytail, you can cross those over, really just do a pretty design. This is something that I always like to play around with and decide what the bride wants to see based off of her consultation. So for today's sake, we're just gonna go ahead and we'll just tuck those under. I'm just gonna bring this pin over and just make sure that all of our elastics are covered up. Don't wanna see those. Then we're going to come down here and take these remaining hairs, just grab them and then twist them, and we're gonna just put our pin here at the bottom and just take it up and under and just put that pin on the nape there. And there you have a sleek up style. I just think this is such a fun hairstyle to do, and then she doesn't have any hair in her face, all the way from the face. And obviously you can always take time to like balance it out and just make sure everything looks really pretty and soft, and you can see how that looks. Thanks so much for following along today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this sleeker style. And the first one as well. It's really fun how to do different styles creating with a sleeker canvas versus curling everything. I think that's definitely the trend right now. I think we're seeing a lot more of the sleeker looks, and I think it's really important to know how to proceed with that. So depending on hair type, you know, you're gonna wanna have them prepped with a smoothing shampoo conditioner there's any takeaways, I would love you to take away that information, have them blow dry it with a brush, going down, you know, blow drying it down. You don't want to flip your head over. That would just create a lot of extra chaos. Your hair is going to feel really voluminous if you do that like upside down flip. So you'll really just want to focus on keeping the hair as straight as possible before styling. And if you have someone who has really curly textured hair, you're gonna want them to come in, try to have them have it pre-blown out for time's sake and timeline's sake. And that way you can keep on moving and then use the tips and tricks I provided today to keep their hair smooth and long lasting, the anti-frizz, anti-static, things like that. Use those tips and tricks and definitely utilize the tools from Samvia. The SLEEKR iron, the 3-in-1 thermal brush is like one of my favorites and my go-tos. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Again, I'm Carolee with @CarolieStyles. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time.